Hey everyone, welcome to our camp with another recap. Today, I'm going to tell you the story of a movie where China's most famous stuntman faces losing his beloved horse after a lawsuit. He's lived with it for years like his own child, and now he'll do anything to keep it. The story begins when Lu, so deeply attached to his horse, actually lives with it in the stable. He's raised Red Hair like his own child for years, and they even joke around together. One morning, Lu heads out for breakfast and takes Red Hair with him. While Lu is eating, Red Hair entertains the crowd and draws in customers. Lu's work with Red Hair is stunt performing. While they're performing on the street in front of cameras, one of Lu's former students spots him and tells his boss that Lu was once the best stuntman in the country, but now he's reduced to acting in cheap, low-budget films. That night in a restaurant, one of Lu's creditors named Dami shows up with his gang. Lu quickly pours him a drink and insists he's found a new job and will be able to pay him soon. Dami suggests he sell his horse instead of paying the debt, but Red Hair is like a son to Lu, and he would never do that. Dami orders his men to take the horse. A fight breaks out. Lu, who besides being a stuntman also knows Kung Fu, easily fends them off. They can't even scratch him. He beats them all down, and when Dami himself tries to finish the fight, he slips, splits, and collapses in pain. Lu escapes through the restaurant roof. He mounts up quickly to flee, but the streets are too crowded and blocked. They're forced to charge up the restaurant stairs instead. Dami's men pursue them on motorcycles. Lu and Red Hair dash through narrow hallways, burst into another restaurant, and use the elevator to reach the street again. Still, the pursuers are on their tail. Lu ends up cornered in a dead end. Red Hair finds a narrow passage, but it's tough to squeeze through. Lu dismounts and shoves Red Hair from behind until he makes it through. Lu hides among mannequins, while Red Hair stands still between horse statues. When Dami's men arrive, they can't find either of them. The next morning, Lu discovers his friend asleep in his bed. As usual, the man's wife has run away from him, but this time she storms in brandishing a cleaver, chasing her husband. Lu casually tells her that her husband is in his bed. Later, two people arrive at the stable looking for Lu. They are lawyers from the company that once owned Red Hair. They explain that after the death of the company's previous owner, the contract has been voided, and under the law, Red Hair must be returned to them. They show Lu the contract, but he immediately tears it up and orders them to leave. Lu's friend and his wife intervene when they see the situation escalating, and the lawyers retreat out of fear, but not before threatening that they'll reclaim the horse soon. Lu needs a lawyer, but he's so broke he can't hire anyone. He could ask his daughter for help, but he hasn't seen her in years and doesn't know if she'd even be willing. Bao, Lu's daughter, is in the middle of a mock trial practice when Lu calls her. She rushes to see him, thinking something serious has happened, only to discover that he just needs a lawyer for his horse. Bao is disappointed. She thought her father had come back to apologize. She tells him this is his problem. Back at the stable, Lu is searching for a solution when David, another former student, appears and offers him a role in a movie. Meanwhile, Bao can't stop thinking about her father. Bao had once promised her mother before she died that if her father ever returned, she would forgive him. But Bao still resents Lu deeply because he abandoned her mother before her death and didn't even bother showing up at the funeral. Bao decides to visit Lu, but changes her mind upon entering the stable and slips out before he sees her. Later, while eating out, she spots Lu and Red Hair performing in the street to earn money. Nobody pays attention. Someone even kicks over Lu's equipment. Watching this scene, Bao feels a pang of sadness. Eventually, Bao returns to help her father. Lu is stunned to see her. Bao explains she isn't yet a licensed attorney, so she can't handle the case directly, but her boyfriend Mickey might be able to. Mickey comes to assess Lu's situation. Nervous about meeting his future father-in-law, he's drenched in sweat, his leg constantly shaking. Bao tends to Red Hair, hoping Lu will take a liking to Mickey. When Bao checks in on them, Mickey assures Lu he'll do his best, and maybe, just maybe, they can win the case. The next morning, Bao joins her father on set to watch filming. Lu prepares Red Hair for an action sequence, but when the cameras roll, Red Hair panics and ruins the scene. The director loses his temper, and David barely manages to convince him to give Lu another chance. The second take fails too, and the director orders a stunt double replacement. Lu lashes out at Red Hair in anger. Bao steps in, calms Red Hair down, and just before the third take, Red Hair makes an intimidating move that scares everyone. David sees this and persuades the director to let Lu and Red Hair try again, one last chance. Filming resumes, and Lu and Red Hair deliver the best performance of their lives. Red Hair even topples a tram with a kick, and the sequence ends in spectacular fashion. Everyone cheers for Lu, and he finally secures long-term work. Bao takes on the role of Lu's manager, attending every shoot to stay closer to him. The next morning, the company's lawyers return with a court order to seize Red Hair, but Bao tells them Lu has legal representation now, and the horse's fate will be decided in court. The following night, Lu is invited to Mickey's parents' house for dinner. He tries to make a good impression so the family will approve of their marriage. When Mickey's father hears that Lu works in the film industry, he's thrilled and starts talking about famous directors. But Lu only means stunt work, like jumping out of windows and such. Mickey's mother is shocked. After dinner, Bao explains that he had been estranged from his father for years, but has recently reconciled with him. Mickey's parents already adore Lu and give their blessing for the marriage. After dinner, Bao asks Lu to change Red Hair's training and stop doing dangerous stunts. Lu replies that this is his own business and only he can decide about his work. Bao is disappointed, thinking his father had changed, but realizes he's still just as self-centered. He tells Lu that their relationship won't improve this way. The next morning, Bao doesn't show up on set. Lu begins thinking about how to win back his daughter's trust. During filming, Red Hair loses balance and Lu is thrown to the ground. Lu can't get up and another horse is charging straight at him. Just before he's trampled, Red Hair hurls himself forward and saves Lu's life. Bao visits his father in the hospital and apologizes for abandoning him. Lu promises to give up dangerous stunts and to listen to Bao more than before. Then he tells Bao how before his mother's death, during a shoot, he was supposed to leap off a Ferris wheel and grab onto a helicopter's rope, but he fell, suffered a brain injury, and spent 8 months in a coma. Afterward, he sank into deep depression, which dragged him into debt and away from his family. Only now does Bull realize his judgment of his father had been unfair. The next morning, David approaches Lu again. He says a new film is being made in which stunt performers will play the lead roles, and he wants Lu to star. It's the best offer Lu has ever received, but he's promised his daughter he won't do dangerous stunts anymore. Still, David tempts him so strongly that Lu agrees. Just one last job. That night, Lu is practicing with Red Hair when Bao and Mickey arrive unexpectedly. Lu hides the training equipment, but Red Hair pulls the cloth away and Bao sees everything. Furious, Bao storms out. The following morning, Lu shows up on set. The director wants to use special effects for the stunt, but Lu refuses because it doesn't feel like real stunt work to him. David warns that doing it without effects is extremely dangerous, but Lu insists he can handle it. Filming begins. Lu and Red Hair are supposed to leap down 100 steps. Just before the jump, Lu recalls memories of Bao and Red Hair. He doesn't want to ruin everything with one mistake. He yanks Red Hair's reins, stopping the horse at the edge of the steps, but Lu himself tumbles down them. Everyone fears the worst, but he's fine. Lu apologizes to David and the director and walks off set. When Bao learns that his father has quit the job, he's happy, but the problem of Red Hair and the company still remains. In court, Mickey presents evidence showing that Red Hair should remain with Lu, but the company's lawyers suddenly produce a piece of evidence Mickey knew nothing about, causing them to lose the case. Lu is devastated and breaks down crying in Bao's arms. Mickey then goes to the company president, begging him to let Red Hair stay with Lu, since no one could care for him better. But the president insists that Red Hair's new home will be a better place for him. At the stable, Red Hair brings Lu his training gloves, showing that he doesn't want to be separated. But Lu has no choice. He says goodbye. They take Red Hair to his new home, where the company president promises Lu he will look after him. Lu leaves, but Red Hair refuses to be tamed. He bolts after the car at full speed, stumbling and falling several times, but always getting back up. Lu tells Mickey to stop the car. He orders Red Hair not to follow anymore, and that he must stay behind. Lu sinks into depression, shutting himself away in the stable for days. Worried, Bao takes a video of his father's stunt work to the company president, pleading with him to return Red Hair. One night, Lou falls asleep while watching old videos of Red Hair. In the morning, he wakes as someone pulls the blanket off him and sees Red Hair. At first, he thinks he's dreaming, but when he touches the horse, he realizes it's real. Red Hair has come home. The company president admits that even if Bao hadn't come to him, he would have returned Red Hair anyway, because Red Hair had stopped eating for days and was close to dying. In the end, Lou gets Red Hair back, and the family is reunited. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, you know what to do.